Hi, everyone. I'm Lauren Albandian, and I'm the coordinator of ISAR 2022, which is being held in Westminster, Colorado, which is right between Denver and Boulder. It's going to be August 25th through the 29th. We are very excited. Our tagline is joining hearts and minds, which that's what we want to do. We've been away from each other way too long. We got parties to do and lectures to attend to and lots of laughing to be had until our sides just can't take it anymore. We've got 100 speakers. We've got plenty of lectures on multiple topics, and it's going 3 full days along with the pre and post conference lectures, or excuse me, pre and post conference workshops. You can find information about ISAR 2022 at isar2022.org. So that's ISAR2022.org. And so you can find the schedule, you can find the list of speakers, you can register. And so what I'm really here to tell you is you really just don't want to miss the excitement and fun. You just don't want to be left out. So today I'm talking with my colleague and friend, Christopher Renstrom. Hey. So, hi, how are you?
Good. I don't want to be left out.
Right, exactly. So, folks, let me tell you a little bit about Christopher. He's the creator of rulingplanets.com, an online astrology site based on his best-selling book, Ruling Planets. He currently writes the daily horoscope for the San Francisco Chronicle and the sfgate.com. He also lectures on the history of astrology in America from pre-revolution to modern times. And his latest book, The Cosmic Calendar, is published by Penguin Random House and can be ordered on Amazon. Christopher is also the weekly horoscope columnist for Astrology Hub. So you do a lot. You know, in this day and age, all of us astrologers have to be capable of some serious multitasking.
Right. Whoever said jack of all trades, master of none wasn't living in the 21st century.
No, you have to be a jack of a number of trades or a Jill of a number of trades and be able to master a number of them.
Right. Kind of like spinning plates at a circus.
Exactly. I used to say that when people ask me what I would do if I felt really silly at the time, I'd say I'm a three-ring, what do we call it? A circus master.
Right.
In the 3-ring circus. And right. Because I juggle,
right.
You know, and I fly in a trapeze, I walk the tightrope, you know, knives are being thrown at me, I'm battling bears, whatever. So
and you tame.
That's right. That's right. Look, you are doing a lecture for ISAR on Sunday, the 28th. Mm-hmm. And that is in the mythology and archetypes track, and it's not on your historical studies or track where you usually land. So we've got you on the mythology and archetypes, and you're so gracious to step in and take a spot for us, which we were mightily grateful for. And speaking of mighty, you're doing it on Mighty Aphrodite. She's nobody's bitch.
You got
it. So tell us about that.
Well, you know, Aphrodite, or the planet Venus in astrology, gets talked about a lot, you know, and oftentimes in terms of like morning star, evening star, synodic returns, you know, all these sorts of things that sort of have to do with the planet. And I thought that it was rather interesting that Venus is so connected to culture, and Venus is so connected to art and culture, that I really wanted to take that approach to how we understand her in our horoscope. And so that was something that's very important to me. So what I wanted to open up to was really Venus's history in art, from sculpture to painting, and how things like romantic comedies and tragedies, and even S&M, Venus in Furs, you know, has something to say about Venus. And I wanted to really sort of share that culture and that history with the audience and really sort of open up new and different ways of looking at Venus that, you know, go beyond, you know, some of our more familiar astrological understandings of her.
Right. Great. So how do you feel about everybody getting together in physical space? What does that mean to you?
Well, are you talking about the conference or are you talking about like a party?
Conference party, same thing. So
Well, I've actually had an opportunity to get used to it because my husband is the artistic director of Ballet West. And what he has been dealing with, for instance, is audiences coming to see the ballet wearing masks and things like that. And he's actually been able to do that quite successfully. We've had sold out houses, and our houses are 1,500 of people coming to the ballet. And what was really extraordinary was he got everyone to wear masks. I mean, very few people wouldn't. And if they did, ushers would come over and say, put on a mask or whatever. And so what was kind of extraordinary about this was to see a group of people who've never seen each other before. I mean, it's audience filling a theater. Really for the sake of art, for the sake of ballet, and is actually very Venusian now that I'm thinking about it, for the sake of watching a ballet, would put on these masks and cohabit in space. And no one came down with COVID or showed any sort of signs. Nobody called the theater and said that there was an outbreak or anything like that. So I've gotten used to this idea of sort of coming out of the locked in space and fraternizing in a more open
are you excited? Are you excited to see your colleagues and your friends?
I am so excited to see my colleagues and friends because we've been talking to each other on Zooms and FaceTimes and things like that, and to be like, to like hug and embrace and and laugh and just really enjoy. I mean, it's so, you get so excited when you show up at conferences like these, and especially ISAR, because you've read someone's work or you followed it on a blog or YouTube, and then you get to, I don't know, accost them in person. No, then you get to like meet them in person.
We won't be encouraging any accosting.
Right, exactly. But you get to meet with them in person, and maybe you talk about astrology and maybe you don't,
Right.
and it's just that really communal coming together. And oh, I just think the astrological community is so hungry for it because it's been so long, Laura. It's been so long.
I do believe you're right for that. So we're super excited. Everyone, we want you all to be there. We want you to join in this extravaganza of intellectual exploration and fun and silliness and joy that we hope to bring forward in this event. And so please join us August 25th through the 29th at the Westin in Westminster, Colorado. And you can go to isar2022.org to find more information. Thank you so much, Christopher, for taking the time to speak with us today. And I will for sure see you in August.
Okay.